Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to AffairsCloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name AffairsCloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is CRACK10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your AffairsCloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So friends, in today's video, we will be discussing important current affairs of second week of June. The session will be highly important and it is a compiled session of the whole week of second week. So let's start with the session. Apart from this friends, you can follow me on Instagram. My Insta handle is Vikas_RRANA. You can ask me here any queries or doubts regarding your preparation. Let's start with the questions. First question is, in which city Maruti Suzuki India recently installed the Asia's largest 20 megawatt peak carport type solar power plant? I repeat, which city recently In which city Maruti Suzuki has inaugurated or installed the Asia's largest 20 megawatt peak carport type solar power plant? Where was this installed? Tell me. This is your first question. Where was this installed? It was installed in Gurugram, Haryana. Here we are talking about solar energy. So remember, International Solar Alliance. Where is the headquarter of International Solar Alliance? It is also in Gurugram, Haryana. It is a joint venture between India and France. When was this started? It was started in the year 2015. Alright, so in Gurugram, Haryana, the Asia's largest 20 megawatt peak carport type solar power plant will be set up. Apart from this, if I ask you, coming back to the question, which is the organization or which is the company that's setting up this Asia's largest 20 megawatt peak carport type solar power plant? It is your Maruti Suzuki, and it will be of 20 megawatt, that you have to remember. Next, Indian Army participated in the multinational peacekeeping military exercise by the name Exercise Khan Quest, that is KQ, for the year 2022. This Khan Quest exercise was conducted by which country? And what was this Khan Quest? It was a multinational peacekeeping exercise, peacekeeping military exercise. So tell me, which country conducted this exercise? It was conducted by Mongolia. Khan Quest. Alright, it was a 14-day long multinational peacekeeping military exercise. This was started on 6th of June. Alright, and where was it conducted? It was hosted by Mongolia. Also remember, this year marks the 20th anniversary of the Mongolia's first UN peacekeeping contribution. This year 2021 marked the 66th anniversary of diplomatic ties between India and Mongolia. Also remember this. So correct option here is Mongolia. If we are talking about Bangladesh, you have to remember Bongo Sagar. Bongo Sagar was the name of exercise that was recently conducted between the Indian Navy and Bangladesh Navy, and it was conducted where? This was conducted in the northern part of the Bay of Bengal. Moving on, next question. As per the Biennial Environmental Performance Index, India secured what rank globally while Dash topped in the index that is of emerging as the most sustainable country? That is, if we are talking about the most sustainable country index for the year 2022, tell me what is the rank of India? India stood at 180th position. This is the rank of India in the most sustainable country. And what is the rank of which is the first country on the first rank? It is your Denmark. Let me tell you, there was a big news and Indians were not happy. Even the government of India was not happy with this particular rank. According to the Biennial Environment Performance Index that was recently released by the researchers at the Earth Institute of Yale and Columbia University, India was ranked 180th, that is, which is at the bottom amongst the other countries. Even the Pakistan was ranked higher. Also remember, which is the first? It was your Denmark that stood at the top position. Even if we are talking about Bangladesh, as I told you, rank of Bangladesh was 176, or Pakistan was 176, and Bangladesh was at 177. Moving on, next, who was recently appointed as the Managing Director of SBI, that is your State Bank of India, for a period of 2 years? Who was he? He is Alok Kumar Chaudhary. Alok Kumar Chaudhary has been appointed as the new Managing Director of State Bank of India for a period of 2 years, that you have to remember. Who he will be replacing if the question is asked? Then remember, he will be replacing MD Ashwini Bhatia. Alright, he will be replacing whom? He will be replacing Ashwini Bhatia. So question can also be asked in this way, that now the new chairperson or the new Managing Director of SBI, that is Alok Kumar Chaudhary, will be replacing whom? He will be replacing Ashwini Bhatia. Moving on, one more thing that you have to remember, that SBI will have 4 managing director heads by the chairman. Alright, and with this appointment, Alok Kumar Chaudhary of SBI will have 4 managing. Next, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is your SEBI, has restructured their 25-member advisory committee on mutual funds under the chairmanship of whom? I repeat, SBI has recently restructured their 25 members advisory committee, that is on mutual funds, under the chairmanship of Usha Thoratji. Alright, SEBI has restructured it. That also you remember. This is a 25-member advisory committee that is chaired by Usha Throat, who is the former deputy governor of the Reserve Bank of India. Moving on, so the correct option here is Usha Throat. Apart from this, if I ask you Baiko festival, where is this Baiko festival celebrated? This is celebrated in the state of Assam. Next, first of all, tell me Seetal Sasti. Baikal was observed in Assam, and you have to remember Seetal Sasti was observed in the state of Odisha. Next, Agni 4 dash is the dash missile with a range of around 3,500 to 4,000 kilometers. So remember, recently India test fired their nuclear capable missile that is by the name Agni 4, by the name, or you can say fire missile, from the APJ Abdul Kalam Island in Odisha. So this asked is that Agni 4 is the dash. Is it a medium range blasting missile, short range, intermediate range, intercontinental, or integrated? So remember, this is an intermediate range blasting missile that will have a range of around 3,500 to 4,000 kilometer. And remember, where was this tested? This was tested at the APJ Abdul Kalam Island that is located in Odisha. Or if the name of the state is asked, remember in Odisha this Agni 4 was recently tested, that is an intermediate range ballistic missile. Another way you have to remember, this is a surface to surface missile also. This is a surface to surface missile. Question can be asked that Agni 4, is it a surface to surface? Is it a surface to air missile? So remember, it is a surface to surface missile. Next, which state's board for wildlife recently approved 12 new conservation reserves and 3 wildlife sanctuaries to be set up in the state? So remember, Maharashtra's board for wildlife has recently approved 12 new conservation reserves and 3 wildlife sanctuaries that will be set up in Maharashtra. So 18th Maharashtra State Board for Wildlife meeting that was chaired by the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray, approved 12 new conservation reserves and 3 wildlife sanctuaries covering up of an area of 303 square kilometer, and this 12 conservation reserves cover an area of 692.74 square meters. The 3 wildlife sanctuaries of Maharashtra are the extension of the Lonar Wildlife Sanctuary and Kolamarka in Gadichorli and Muktai Bhagwani in Jalagaon. Coming back, the state that you have to remember where 3 new conservation reserves and 3 wildlife sanctuaries were approved by the State Board for Wildlife is your Maharashtra. In Maharashtra only, a electric vehicle charging station was set up that was powered by biogas, not bio-CNG, that was powered by biogas, and that this electric vehicle charging station will also be providing light to the street lights. Apart from this, you have to remember Maharashtra became the first Indian state to declare critical wildlife habitats with the Naigaon Peacock Sanctuary in Beed district and Yadeshi Ramling Wildlife Sanctuary in the Osmanabad district. Alright, moving on. Next, who is the current chairman of Nabard? If we are talking about Nabard, what is the full form of Nabard? First of all, tell me. It is your National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So remember, the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development has recently launched the My Right program. Can you tell me where was this launched? This program, My Right program, this was launched in the Leh. Who launched it? It was launched by Nabard. Now the question asking you is, who is the current chairperson of Nabard? So remember, Dr. G.R. Chintala is the current chairperson of Nabard, who launched this My Right program. What is this program? This program was launched by the Nabard's NAV Foundation with machinery and materials of a cost of 7.5 lakh rupees. Under this, remember, sanitary pads, or you can say sustainable sanitary pad demands of women. To cater these demands, this particular My Right program was started by the chairman of Nabard. And who is the chairman? G.R. Chintala is the current chairperson of Nabard. Moving on, AdTech company Dash became the India's 101st unicorn with a total valuation of $1 billion. So Physics Walla is an AdTech company. What is an AdTech? AdTech stands for Education plus Technology. So this AdTech, Education plus Technology, became the 101st unicorn with a total valuation of $1 billion. and it is the 101st. What is the unicorn? A company that crosses a 1 billion market capitalization becomes a unicorn. Then similarly, if I ask you, tell me Beach Vigil app. Beach Vigil app. This app was launched for the holistic management of beaches by which state government? It was launched by the Goa. Beach Vigil app. In Goa only, remember, museum for customs and GST was inaugurated. And if we are talking about the museum for former prime minister, that is located in New Delhi. Next question, which institute recently launched India's first agri-land price index that was named as ISAL-PI along with the Indian agri-land marketplace SF Farms India? I repeat, you have to tell me that which institute has recently launched the India's first agri-land price index that was named ILSA-PI that was along with the Indian agri-land marketplace S Farms India. So remember, the name of the institute is IIM Ahmedabad. They launched this index that is your India's first agri-land price index along with S Farms India. So the correct option here is option D. This will record and present quality controlled data of prices of agricultural land across India. Currently, remember, this index is based on land listing data from states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh. So the organization that is associated with this India's first agri-land price index is your IIM Ahmedabad. Next, which country recently signed a mutual legal assistance treaty with India to support investigation and prosecution of crimes? So Poland has recently signed a MLAT, that is your mutual legal assistance treaty with India to support the investigation and prosecution of crimes. Poland became the 45th country to sign an MLAT on criminal matters with the New Delhi, or you can say with India. Moving on, so correct option here is Poland. Next, name the bank that was recently partnered with the Indian Oil Corporation Limited to launch the co-branded contactless card or contactless credit card. So Axis Bank has recently partnered with IOCL, that is your Indian Oil Corporation Limited, to launch the co-branded contactless credit card. This move marks the beginning of a strategic partnership between one of India's leading private banks and India's indigenous card schemes. All right, moving on. Can you tell me, okay, apart from this, say all over the world Visa, MasterCard is working. And we know due to the war in Ukraine, Russia waged a war on Ukraine, and due to which the payment system in Russia was blocked, such as Visa and MasterCard were blocked in Russia, due to which the local people were facing a lot of problem there. So can same situation happen in India? The answer is no. Why? Because here we have UPI, Unified Payment Interface. This is our own payment system. So similar situation, that if by chance India is on war with any other country or say with US, so even if their payment systems such as MasterCard and Visa are banned from India, then also we will be having our own payment system, that is UPI, that is used locally all around India. Moving on, name the country that recently launched the crewed mission to complete the construction of the Tiangong space station in the low Earth orbit, that is your LEO. So this, always remember which is the country that is making their own international space station apart from this ISS. It is your China. So China has recently launched a crewed mission to complete the construction of the Tiangong space station in the LEO Earth orbit. And what is the name of the China space station? It is your Tiangong space station. Next, in which year did Mithali Raj receive the Padma Shri award in the field of sports? Tell me. Also remember, Mithali Raj, she's an Indian women cricketer and she was the captain of the Indian women's cricket team. She has recently announced her retirement also. And remember, she has recently received, or recently in which year did she receive the Padma Shri award? Tell me. Padma Shri was awarded to her in the year 2015. And she is from which state? She is from, if the name of the state is also asked, remember she is from Rajasthan. Alright, also if the category is asked that in which field did Mithali Raj was awarded with Padma Shri, so she was awarded in the field of sports. Moving on. One more thing you remember, if we are talking about her, Arjuna Award also. She was also awarded with Arjuna Award in the year 2013 for her outstanding achievement in the cricket, and then in the year 2021 she was awarded with Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan Award. Next, what is this polyversity and BBN? Can you tell me? Recently, remember Dharmendra Pradhan ji, who is our Union Education Minister or who is our Education Minister of India, has launched India's first nationwide hybrid blockchain network that was named after Bharat Blockchain Network, that is your BBN, and Polyversity, that are the India's largest educational metaverse. I repeat, recently Dharmendra Pradhan ji, who is our Education Minister, has launched a hybrid blockchain network that was Bharat Blockchain Network and Polyversity. So they are asking that which company developed this BBN and Polyversity. You have to remember, this is an important question. They are based on what chain? They are based on hybrid blockchain network, and blockchain network, as we all know, the cryptocurrency works on your blockchain network. So the correct option from this here that you have to remember is your information data system is the organization or the company that developed this BBN, that is your Bharat Blockchain Network and your Polyversity, and they are the India's largest educational metaverse in. Next, as per the Quackrelli-Simons World University ranking for the year 2023, Indian Institute ranked 155 and emerged as the fastest rising South Asian university among the top 200 universities. What is the name of that particular university? It is your IISc Bangalore. Indian Institute of Science Bangalore has recently ranked as the 155th, and it has been emerging as the fastest rising South Asian university among the top 200 universities, and this is the data that was released by Quackrelli-Simons World University ranking. So if asked in this particular rank, which institute was ranked first, it was your MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, followed by University of Cambridge on the second position, and then Stanford on the third position. Correct option here is IISc Bangalore. Moving on, next question is that India has recently announced that they will be launching two missions. That one of them is your Gaganyaan, that is the first human space mission, and the first manned human ocean mission will be also launched. They will be launched in the year 2023. So the correct option here is Gaganyaan. Also remember, India is planning to send a spacecraft or a mission to Venus by the year 2023. Moving on, as per the RBI, what is the asset size of non-banking financial corporations? That is your middle layer. I repeat, as per the RBI, what is the asset size of the non-banking FCs, that is your NBFCs middle layer? It is around 1000 crore and above. So option 4 is correct here. Next, recently, to which public sector enterprise does the Union Cabinet approve to transfer 10 in-orbit communication satellites which belongs to the government of India? It was your New Space India Limited. Union Cabinet has approved to transfer 10 in-orbit communication satellites from the government of India to New Space India Limited. That is a wholly owned public sector enterprise of the government of India under the administrative control of the Department of Space. It also approved increasing the authorized share capital of NSIL from 1000 crore rupees to 7500 crore rupees. Next, what are the countries elected by the United Nations General Assembly to serve as non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council for a term of 2 years? Here the correct option is what? A, B, C or D. Which are all these countries? They are Ecuador, Japan, Malta, Mozambique and Switzerland. They have been recently appointed by United Nations General Assembly to be serve as non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council for a term of how many years? 2 years. So you have to remember the time period, that is for 2 years they are appointed. They are appointed non-permanent member. They were appointed by United Nations General Assembly, and they have been appointed as a non-permanent member of United Nations Security Council. So remember who they appointed, they were appointed by whom, what they were appointed, and for what period they were appointed. Moving on. Recently, which bank has partnered with Zest Money to expand their cardless EMI facility? Tell me, Which bank partnered with Zest Money? It was your ICICI Bank that has partnered with Zest Money to expand their cardless EMI facility. Alright, also remember customers can convert transactions of up to 10 lakh rupees into equated money installments, that is your EMI installments. So the correct option here is ICICI Bank. Next, among the participated districts, which district ranked the first? What we are talking about here? Remember, we are talking about the second edition of Awards of Excellence in DSDP. I repeat, here we are talking about the second edition of Awards of the DSDP. What is DSDP? DSDP stands for District Skill Development Planning, that was organized at the Dr. Ambedkar International Center in New Delhi. I repeat, we are talking about the second edition of Awards of Excellence in the District Skill Development Planning. They were organized at the Dr. Ambedkar International Center, and that was in New Delhi. Now the question asked here is that among this 30 districts were awarded for exemplary planning. You have to tell me among the district which was the district that was ranked first. So out of 30, what was the rank of the first district? It was your Rajkot in Gujarat. Alright, among the districts, the rank one was of Rajkot, Gujarat, and Chachar in Assam was ranked second. Moving on. Next, Croatia, country to adopt dash as the common currency in 2023. Remember, Euro. Recently, Croatia has announced that they will be adopting Euro as their common currency by the beginning of the year 2023. Then, tell me which language among these three languages are adopted in resolution on multilingualism co-sponsored by the India in the United Nations General Assembly. So among these three languages, you have to tell me which were adopted. All of the three, Bangla, Urdu and Hindi, were adopted as a resolution on multilingualism that was co-sponsored by India in the United Nations General Assembly. Apart from this, remember India in the UN contributed around 8 lakh crore rupees, or not 8 lakh crore rupees. Remember, India contributed around 800,000 US dollars to the UN to promote the use of Hindi language at the United Nations. So this is also important information. Next, who has launched SMB Sathi Utsav? This was an initiative that was launched by WhatsApp India. The reason this initiative was launched is to connect the small businessmen in an area and tell them about the online businesses. Alright, in order to promote online businesses, in order to promote their own WhatsApp business application, WhatsApp business feature, they started with this SMB Sathi Utsav, and this was an initiative in partnership with the social media platform Joshtalk to help small businesses with the goal of educating and assisting small businesses and making them digital. So the correct option here is WhatsApp India. Also remember, this SMB Sathi Utsav is the second phase of WhatsApp SMB Sathi campaign, which was launched in the year 2022. Next, what is the rank of India according to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development World Investment Report 2022 for the foreign direct investment in 2021? Remember, the rank of India is 7th according to the United Nations, that is UNCTAD's World Investment Report 2022 for the FDI in the year 2021. So the rank of India was 7th. Also remember, if I ask you which was on the first position, however, remember the top one that we are talking about, the first position was of US, second was China, third was Hong Kong, Singapore, Canada, and then Brazil. Also, to increase FDI in India, we have launched national single window system, which will enable, or which will become a one-stop shop for all the approvals, for all the registrations, for all the clearances, for all the permissions that are required by any investor, entrepreneur or a businessman. So this national single window system is also important. So remember, what was the rank of India? 7th, and first rank was of United States of America. Next, we are talking about, tell me who has been appointed by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres as his envoy on the technology. So remember, Amandeep Singh Gill, that is a senior Indian diplomat, has been appointed by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres as his envoy on technology. The UN describes him as a thought leader on digital technology who has a solid understanding of how to leverage the digital transformation. Previously, Amandeep Singh Gill was India's ambassador and permanent representative to the Conference on Disarmament in Geneva from 2016 to 2018. Next question. To which planet does NASA plan to their mission, that is Da Vinci, for the year 2029? So this mission Da Vinci of NASA is for the year 2029 and the planet is Venus. Next, who won the 10th edition, or here before tell me, James Webb Space Telescope? This space telescope or this mission was also of which space organization? It was also of NASA. Moving on, 10th edition of the Norway Chess 2022, which was held in Norway. Who won it? Who is the chess master, or who is the best chess master or chess player in the world who won this 10th edition of the Norway Chess 2022? He is Magnus Carlsen. Next, to which city does the model of INS Vikrant, that is your Indian naval ship Vikrant, the Indian Navy's first aircraft carrier, be dedicated? So remember, it is Mumbai, Maharashtra, to which this is the name of the city to which the model of the Indian naval ship Vikrant, that is the India's first aircraft carrier, will be dedicated. The model of this INS Vikrant also participated in the 1961 war, that is Goa Liberation War, 1971 Indo-Pakistan War, and this has been now dedicated to the city of Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, to in which city, that is India's first display fabrication unit to be established by the ELST? So remember, it is your Hyderabad, Telangana. That is the organization in which India's first display fabrication unit will be established by ELEST. They will be investing around how much amount? 24,000 crore rupees. Moving on, which organization recently collaborated with Map My India to enhance the quality of 3D maps? I repeat, you have to tell me the name of the organization that has collaborated with Map My India to enhance the quality of 3D maps. So it is your Indian Space Research Organization, that is your ISRO, has recently collaborated with whom? They have collaborated with Map My India to enhance the quality of 3D maps. Highly important question. So correct option is here. Option is not given here, so let's give it the fifth option, that is your ISRO. Alright, fifth option is correct here. Apart from this, friends, if I ask you a question, tell me, recently 12th edition of WTO Ministerials Conference 2022, where was this held? In Geneva. Next, xpay.life is the fintech startup in dash. This xpay.life launched India's first blockchain-enabled transaction unified payment interface services targeted at the rural areas. I repeat, xpay.life has launched India's first blockchain-enabled transaction unified interface services targeted at rural areas. Now the question asked here is, this xpay.life is the fintech, that is your finance plus tech startup, in which location? It is in Bangalore, Karnataka. Alright, so the correct option is option first. This launch aims to make financial facilities accessible for people in rural areas who need financial support the most. Who is the founder of this organization and CEO? Rohit Kumar. Next, which company became the first RBI licensed prepaid instrument to launch cash withdrawal across all the ATMs using the RuPay powered card? It is your Omni card. Correct option is Omni card. Also remember, Omni card users can now withdraw cash from any ATM in their convenience with high safety and secure features, and protects the user from exposing their money and the bank account details to the same. Next, who was recently appointed as the Managing Director and CEO of RBL Bank for a period of 3 years? He is R. Subramaniam, and he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Rajiv Ahuja. Next, who recently won the Azerbaijan Formula 1 Grand Prix and became the Red Bull's most successful driver? We have discussed this question. He is Max Verstappen. he has won the Azerbaijan Formula 1 Grand Prix. So remember this. After this one, he became the most successful driver in the Red Bull of all time at the present. As now, he has won 66 podiums for Red Bull, and his 25th career win ties him with the Jim Clark and Niki Lauda for 9th on the all-time list. Moving on. What is the theme of the World Day Against Child Labor 2022 observed across the globe by the United Nations on the 12th of June? I repeat, when do we observe World Day Against Child Labor? It is observed on 12th of June. Now, here it is asked what is the theme of it. The theme is Universal Social Protection to End Child Labor. This day was observed to create awareness about the harmful effects of child labor on individuals. The day also aims to eradicate work that deprives millions of children of their rights to decent education, working conditions, and living wages. Moving on. Which country is the chair of BIMSTEC for 22-23? First of all, tell me what is the full form of BIMSTEC. It is Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Corporation. Who is the chairperson country? It is your Thailand, and it is for 2022 to 2023. What are the members of BIMSTEC? Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand. And where is the headquarter? It is in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Next, who is the current Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh? He is Jairam Thakur is the current Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh. Of Uttarakhand, he is, and then Punjab, UP and Goa. Tell me, Pushkar Singh Dhami of Uttarakhand. Of Punjab, Bhagwant Singh Maan. Of UP, Yogi Adityanath. And of Goa, Pramod Sawant. Alright. So these are the chief ministers that you need to remember. Then where is the headquarter of Volvo Trucks? Where is the headquarter of Volvo Trucks? Tell me. The headquarter of Volvo Trucks is in Gothenburg, Sweden. Just remember it this way. Next, name the Indian Railway Innovation Policy that was launched by Union Ministers of Railway Ashwini Vaishnav ji. So remember, Startup for Railways. This is the scheme or the innovation policy that was launched by our Union Minister of Railways Ashwini Vaishnav. The aim of this particular policy was to leverage innovative technologies developed by Indian startups, MSMEs, entrepreneurs, and other operational organizations to increase the efficiency and safety of the Indian railways. Moving on. Next, the Ministry of Civil Aviation launched the National Air Sports Policy 2022, that is your NASP. NASP, that is your National Air Sports Policy 2022. The aim of which is to make India one of the top sports nation in the world by what year? What is the targeted year? It is the year 2030. I repeat, what is the target year of NASP 2022? That is your National Air Sports Policy of 2022. The target year is 2030. That is to make India one of the top sports nation in the world. Next, the Cabinet Committee on Security approved the new scheme, that is Agnipath. This Agnipath is basically for what? Remember, this Agnipath is basically to provide or to prove recruitment of soldiers in the Army, Navy and Air Force, that are the three forces of India. So it is for the recruitment of soldiers for Army, Navy and Air Force for a period of 4 years. Next, which country became India's second biggest oil supplier by surpassing Saudi Arabia? It was your which country? Russia became the second biggest oil supplier by surpassing Saudi Arabia to become India's second biggest oil supplier. Next, which football team recently defeated Ukraine to qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2022 for the first time in 64 years? So it is your which country? It is your, tell me, Wales. It is your Wales that this is the football team that has recently defeated Ukraine to qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2022 for the first time in 64 years. So the correct option here is Wales. So friends, this was our session. I hope you must have enjoyed our session. If you had a quite good revision, then I want you to comment below that whether you want us to continue with such sessions or not. And if you want us to continue with such session, all you have to do is comment below and let me know. Very important. Also, apart from this, friends, you can follow us on Instagram, as well as you can have to subscribe our YouTube channel and like the video. Apart from it, friends, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these videos of these topics are being uploaded on YouTube on daily basis. So I want you to check those videos out. They are also important apart from the weekly and monthly that we are doing. These are one of the most important videos of our content that we provide you, because they are the compiled questions, the important ones, that are the most important questions that can be asked in your exams, are in the weekly and monthly video. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you, or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.